So friends, we have with us Grandmaster Abhimanyu Mishra from United States who just defeated Raunak Sadhwani in one of the very interesting game. So congrats Abhimanyu
Thank
for
you.
this amazing win, and can you take us to your game?
Sure. So before starting the game, I just like to say a few words. I've been training on this aspect of the game, this calculation, this brutal dogfight for the past 6 months to 1 year, and even though my rating has been going up and down, it's finally a chance I'm able to show my true potential in a very fighting game like this. So, okay, I played this Bishop G5 Italian. Now the thing with Bishop G5 Italian is that uh, this has its upsides and its downsides. The main thing is, okay, you provoke H6 G5. This means that Black's king will be less safe on the king side. It's also, let's say, d4 will come with more effect as you're attacking the e5 pawn with one more piece. But the downside is that your bishop on g3 can always be very misplaced. Like, okay, d6, c3, h6, bishop h4, a5, knight d2, bishop a7, a3. Like, I'd been checking this all morning, and there are a bunch of different move orders for both sides. It's a very interesting line. g5, bishop g3, he went queen e7, castles. I think there was some recent game, I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but I think Keimer played in the Bundesliga. He went like bishop d7, and I forgot who white was, but I think he played knight's game. I mean, it was some line like this, but again, it's very sharp. White is trying to attack on the king side. I think black went h5 even. And okay, it's a very complex game, and this is what I was going for. He went with knight h7, which, I mean, I didn't remember at all. I mean, I checked bishop d7 and I checked a couple other moves, but somehow this one I wasn't able to fully remember. I went b4, the main plan. Okay, knight f8. This is actually a common idea. I mean, without the pawn on a5, there's other lines with black plays a6, bishop a7. Like, let's say here, okay. Let's say instead of a5, we go a6, a4, bishop a7, castles, g5. I mean, some such thing. And in this line, like, I think yeah, this is also some sort of a main, like knight d7, b4, knight f8. And the thing is, black tries to bring the knight to g6 plus g5, h4, oh sorry, h5, and h4, g4 to start attacking right on the king side. The benefit of bringing the knight to g6 is that, first of all, like when black plays h5, you don't need to worry about white playing h4. But okay, he did this in with the pawn on a5, so knight h7, b4, knight f8. And it was very strange because, okay, around here, I mean, I was spending a lot of time trying to understand like what's actually going on here. Because the thing with these lines is that if you make like one random move, you can easily just be like dead lost because black will start playing h5, g4, and he'll attack you on the king side. Then somehow around here was very strange. I just suddenly remembered another 5 moves of preparation. Like I blitzed out d4, knight g6, h3, h5, bishop e2, and I remember I had this in my file, and this was like it was very nice. I mean, it was a nice surprise that somehow I don't know, after half an hour of thinking, I somehow just landed back to my own preparation. I mean, I don't recall too much. Like, I mean, I remember some line like g4, h takes g4, h takes g4, knight h2, and it's supposed to be around equal only, but I thought that this is very fighting play. Like, it's very fighting position. White has chances to go like knight c4, b6 to kill this bishop on a7. Like bishop take, I mean, okay, I'll just turn this on for a second. I mean, I don't notice it. Okay, knight f4 here, for example, like some such.
Yeah, so almost equal only.
Yeah, it's like around equal. I mean, it's this minus 0.1, this is not a very strong engine. It's zeros only.
Okay.
And okay, then you go b6 and you try to take knight take rook b pawn and start attacking on the queen side. Now he played f6. This I didn't remember at all, and this is a very critical moment in the game. I'm not sure if what I did was actually fully correct. I mean, knight c4 is also a very valid move, and this is what I wasn't sure whether I should go knight c4 or knight e1. Because the same idea with knight c4 is you have ideas of b6, and you can also go knight e3 to use these two squares. But what I wasn't sure about was that he goes knight e6. Let's say go knight e3, and he puts this knight on f4. Because okay, he still has this ideas of going, let's say, g4. And if I go knight f5, I mean, I wasn't so afraid about bishop takes f5 here, but I wasn't sure about what would happen about queen f7. I mean, maybe white is somehow better here, but again, yes, and g4 coming next, and I wasn't sure what to do. Okay, let's say bishop takes f4, knight takes f4. And okay, it's quite complex, and yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what white's plan should be here. I mean, the thing is actually knight f5. This is a very. I mean, the first thing I was calculating was whether bishop takes f5 works, but I saw like e takes f5, knight takes e2, queen takes e2, knight f4, bishop takes f4. Okay, now let's say you go g takes f4. But I felt this type of position should be better for white because the bishop on a7 is just permanently blunted by the pawn d4. Like I can go knight h4, and I just put this knight on g6. That means you'll never get to attack it. Okay, I'll just keep playing forever. But yeah, this queen f7 was what was bothering me. So I decided to go knight e1. This meant that okay, I'm attacking h5. Now, I'd seen g4 in advance, like okay, because if he goes h4, bishop h2, this is a dream. My king is permanently safe. Okay, now I'll just start. And I'm never really worried about e takes d4, because like e takes d4 in some such position, I can go knight c4, d takes d3, and b6.
Wow.
And okay, now I sack up another pawn, and okay, takes. I take bishop takes d6, c3 pawn I'll win in the future too, and like black's position, I feel like black has to be close to lost here. He went g4, h4 to keep the kingside close, f5. Instead of f5, I was wondering about knight e6, and I was wondering about how I should coordinate, because okay, black plays knight f4 again, and he has ideas at f5. But like, let's say if I go with knight c2, again, e takes d4, knight c4, b6, these ideas are always there. He goes knight f4. And now things, if I go knight e3, e takes d4, this time this pawn, I don't have knight c4 because this knight is hanging on e3. But okay, like knight f4, I mean the thing is, if I go knight c4, I was considering this as well, but now let's say it takes d4. And if I was wondering if I can, let's say, like sack a pawn, like queen takes e4 and play like knight e3. Or even f3 for that matter, and just try, yeah, like maybe f3 is a bit stronger. But overall, it's like very complicated position, and okay. Black's king is still in the center. This is what I was like relying on. That okay, if black's king is on b8 in this position, white can basically resign. Because you're kind of investing a lot on, like you're so not f3. This is what am I saying? Right, sorry, naive. Now, okay, now you go like rook e1 next, and you start trying to harass this queen on e4. You move bishop f1, knight. And this is playable. Okay, I can also play like knight f4. I thought like rook e1 is a rather interesting move, so I'm preparing for the same ed4 stuff. And okay, I always keep options going knight e3, knight c4, and looks very interesting. He played f5, and I'd seen this, but I thought it didn't. I thought I should have something in this position after knight takes h4. Because okay, bishop takes f5 I saw, but bishop takes f5 again, like bishop d3. Well, like you would say, if I get some position like bishop takes d3, knight takes d3, this can easily just collapse for black. Like rook e1, d takes e5, so it's an option knight c4, b6. All of these ideas are in the air, and black still has not castled. Even knight takes h4, and this is a very critical moment of the game, because if white doesn't find anything, he can just again be lost in two moves. Like if I play d takes e5, this he can just take knight takes f5. And now this bishop on a7 is a monster, and he starts playing h4, g3. My pieces are stuck in the back rank. And at first, I was wondering on whether I should play like f6, queen f6, de5, de5. But the problem is, let's say like if I go knight d3, he can even just play knight f7. Knight e4, queen e7, and the thing is again, I need something very concrete, or I'll just get mated. After thinking for 15 minutes, I found b6. The idea of b6 is that, okay, I give up another pawn, but in doing so, bishop takes b6, I clear the b5 square from my bishop, so I can give a check. This also means that whenever I play knight c4, knight takes b6 is possible. And I think the issue with black is that he doesn't have a very comfortable square for the king. Okay, let's say first of all, like if he blocks, he can't block comfortably because, okay, queen d7, h4 is hanging, and you don't want to play king takes d7, okay, again, the same f6, queen f6, d5. d5, there's knight e4, even the queen. Bishop d5 checks, okay, bishop d7 doesn't work, so now king f8, f7. King f7 doesn't, it didn't appeal to me because I thought, okay, I can go f6, take, knight d3. And now the thing is, black is missing this knight f7 resource, and let's say knight g6, I go knight c4. And now e5 is just very, very difficult to protect. And now last move is king f8. This one I was considering f6, queen f6, de5, knight e4, queen e7, and now the main point of provoking king f8 is that bishop takes e5. Now I'm threatening bishop f6, okay, queen takes e5, queen takes d8 check. Now king f7, I think I have bishop c4, so king g7, queen takes h4. Now if queen takes b5, queen takes queen f6, I should have to mate pretty soon, so queen takes e4. Now it seems that I can go like knight f3, and okay, then I guess next when I play rook e1, rook a d1, I'll just try to give mate before black develops his pieces. Again, if he gets 2-3 moves, he'll be close to winning because he's up by a pawn, has the bishop here and so on, but unfortunately I don't think he gets those 2 moves. So now the game continuation, c6. This is also very important. And my idea was, I mean, I'm not sure if there's, okay, but if what I did was correct, but I think this f6, 94, this is, I think my first idea was actually, I thought I could take or 94, queen e7, and I'd seen like if I go bishop, at first I thought I was winning here, but this is just because if knight f7, you have knight f6 check and you win the queen. And c5 you take, but he just has queen e7. And this is unfortunately not working, and I didn't see a follow-up for white. The next kind of move is like if I play knight d6 check here, but again after king f8, I wasn't able to find anything concrete. And like it looks nice, of course you have this knight on d6, but again you just need like 2 moves, knight g6, h4, and you're basically busted. So what I decided in the end was to go knight e4, queen c7. Now I can take, and now knight takes d6 is. And now since he played c6, d6 is weakened, so knight takes d6 check. Now he played king f8. I was wondering about king e7 also, like if you could try to. I mean, it looks very risky, of course, but again, like if I take, and go bishop c4. I mean, overall, I mean, this can either. I don't think white is risking being worse that much here, like because black's king is always like very, very weak. But yeah, I mean, black could also easily just be lost because I have so many ideas of going rook b1 or queen b1, queen f5 in the game, like I did. Knight d3, rook e1, g3, knight g2. Like his king is just very, very weak. He played king f8, bishop c4. He takes d4. Yeah, I mean, this is I was hoping that because this queen b1, queen f5 trick was actually very. I think it was difficult to see for, and I was very happy when I'd seen this after I played bishop c4. Because okay, this was actually my first worry that what happens if he plays rook h6, trying to dislodge my knight on d6. But yeah, now again, like just like the game, I play queen b1, bishop on d6 second, queen f5, and I win. Queen e7 fails to the same, queen and knight c8, queen b1. Queen f6 is what I was wondering about. I mean, I feel like white should have something here as well. Like I was calculating, let's say, right? Take. Knight c8, rook c8, queen d7. And now, okay, now I'm threatening, if you go rook b8, I go knight d3, I bring another rook to e1. So it's a queen c7. I give this check, and now knight goes to d3, queen g5. This is very, very dangerous. I mean, I thought I should be close to winning. But yeah, thinking he played e takes d4, knight takes c8. And I think this is the final mistake, playing rook takes c8. Because, okay, rook takes 8, queen b1, again after this I threaten queen f5 and I win, but I think bishop c7 was more tenacious. I mean, I have to go g3. I mean, knight f3 I considered, but I don't think it beats too much. g3 he goes queen f6, and this is still very, very interesting. I mean, I was wondering if I can go f3, f takes g4, try to open up the f file, or even if I tried to play this in a more slow manner, but yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, black's knight on d8 is also a bit misplaced. I mean, I think there should be something for white here. I was going to try to find something here. But yeah, he played rook takes c8, queen b1, and now these double threats are absolutely lethal. Bishop c7, queen f5 check, king g7. Yeah, maybe I should start with queen d7 check. I wasn't sure which one was stronger. I played g3. I mean, I thought this was winning enough because okay, bishop takes g3, I could just take knight g2. And black is basically still getting made a queen g5. Like I don't know. It just makes him. When I move rook c7, I can give check here and rook f6, and I just give mate. And I'd seen this much, and I thought this is cleanly winning. So yeah, I mean g3, he went queen e7. I just took the rook. And okay, he resigned. Shortly.
So Abhimanyu, this was very nice win. Although this is not your highest win or something in chess, but I want to take you back to that b6 calculation, and you were looking so emotional after the game. Can you tell us what happened actually? Why these b6 calculations and why this win was so important for you and you became so emotional?
Sure, because I've been training on for the past 1 year. I've been training on these very very difficult positions like that are like absolutely like irrational, and that any player like players of even let's say 20 or 100 plus caliber are unable to find resources like this. And finally being able to see it pay off, because I mean, frankly, before this my rating is it's not going the way I'd hoped. I should be I honestly I should be 2650 by now, but unfortunately I'm not. So I'm planning to get it. I'm trying to get rating here in Grand Swiss, and being able to find resources like B6, it gives me a lot of confidence, and it's a sign that everything I'm doing is paying off.
Also, in the same time, you're doing online schools. How much time you have to give for your online school, and is this? Are you happy with that? Working in schools, studying in school with training, or how you feel about it?
Sure. I mean, as of now, summer is going on, so my school is stopped. It'll begin again in September. I usually have to give, let's say, like 30, 40 hours a week to school. But overall, I love studying and learning new things. So it's not a bad thing to take my mind off chess at times.
Okay. So thank you so much for talking to ChessBase India,
Thank
and
you.
wish you a very good luck for your upcoming rounds. Thank you.
Thank you.